Hey, what's that volume like up in the thing? Let me know what it is. Just had a whole pound of cherries. Some of my favorite joints to eat. Pause. Let me know what that volume sound like up in this thing. If not, I'm gonna have to check it on my computer. Yeah, I know what that volume sounding like, so I'm gonna have to check it because y'all act like y'all don't be hearing me. Then y'all probably can't hear me. Then y'all probably can't hear me. Yo. Okay, we got action. We got action. You gotta put the cash app in this thing. We in this spot. Hey, listen, Dion is gonna blaze somebody. Pause. He is getting done sharp. We on these mitts. He getting sharp every day. Listen, my man Dion is getting sharp, my geniuses. He's very sharp out there. Listen, he's about to be, he gonna smoke something when it's his first amateur, cause I'ma really build him the right way. Even in the Amis, I'm about to start him out on just the jab sparring, like on the Cuban style, but sparring with the jab. I seen Emmanuel Stewart getting it in with it like that one time, and I was like, that's a good idea. And I started doing it. Jab sparring. You really just using the front hand and touching and jabbing to the guts. I'm gonna have him doing all of that. Learning how to slip it, catch it. That way, once you neutralize somebody's front hand, all pans is done. It's over with. It's over with. Once you neutralize somebody's jab hand, they can no longer set up any type of offensive anything. And those are facts. Those are facts. You gotta neutralize the jab hand. Good looking, blood. What you want? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, what you want?
probably the same.
That's good, blood. I'll cook it.
Can you make it as spicy as possible? But don't make it where it's like overbearing and it's too
No,
salty.
I know what you're saying, blood.
Like don't make it like where it's like you know how sometimes you like make it too spicy where it got a salty thing.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. That's why the dream be working when niggas is willing to. Hamza got a K, but what's good with Adewale? Adewale said, "Did you get back into your crib and how?" Listen, I got back into my crib. I removed my stuff from the crib. I talked to the guy who's over the building type of the property at Lapham. He said, "Listen, I was just talking about my student Dion. He was literally in the car when dude was on the phone, and he said, 'We know you have constitutional rights, but we have procedures.'" Listen, I wish I could make this stuff up, dog. I wish. Listen, I said, damn. So he literally just saying he knows I have rights, but he has to do this. How does that make any sense? I was like, oh, all right. That's how. I mean, that's how you guys want it. It's just so happened that Dion was sitting right there, and Dion heard him, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because when I bagged him in court, in United States District Federal Court, he's gonna be a witness to what dude said, and it was him that said it. Secondly, when they changed my locks again, Leo had broke out and escaped, and then somebody found him and took him to a shelter, and then I kept calling the shelter, and I couldn't get in touch with the people at the shelter, and then when I finally did find them on Instagram, they told me check out another shelter. I was like, what? Somebody told, you know what? All I could do was read rule number 9. That's all I could do. Rule number 9. Maybe y'all don't know it. Let me get it for you. Blood, you know I don't box no more. Like, what? The delusion that people come on here with, because they really, like, come on, blood. Like, you know I don't box no more. Like, if I was still boxing, I'd be 20 and 0. And I'll be at 140, literally stopping everybody. Literally stopping everyone. I've seen these guys in person. They just that man. They don't even. You think I don't? I could just talk. Oh my goodness. This is what just y'all don't get it. It's all right. It is okay. But I'll tell you what was not okay is I had to sacrifice my guy Leo on behalf of God. Prepare to sacrifice everything to become a vessel of God on earth, and you will in turn receive everything. This is devotion to serving God. Listen, when I had to, when I seen Leo, how do I plan stopping Matthias? If I was to fight him, oh my God, that's easy. Listen, as a left-hander, if I was fighting him as a southpaw, I would tie up the jab hand because he don't use his jab. And every time he try to come in, I would freeze him like Andre Ward. He's gonna try to punch off of that over the top or go to my body. I'm gonna go straight down the pipe with a left hand. And then I'm gonna bring a hook back upstairs and pivot. And then he's gonna be and between those times, I'm just gonna be primarily sticking him with the jab. I mean, really busting him up with it. Boom, 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 boom. Every time he trying to come in, throwing all them punches, bang, catching them, bang, splitting him with the jab to the guts and to the head. By the time I hit him with a right hand, he'd be damaged because you can't just keep taking punches. Like you see, you talking to someone who had power. You're not talking to a no. Mm-mm. I see you don't get it. If I was to fight Tank at 140, I would just keep him at bay with the jab to the body. I'm taller than Tank. I would just stick to the body. Young, stick to the body. Young, faint, stick to the body. Young. He listen. He would be looking. Listen, I'm also slick as ice water, and I'm left-handed like him. And the same rules. He gonna come in trying to get through that Andre Ward stiff arm. You can't get to listen, bro. He's not. I'm not the guy. You not. It's not gonna work on me. I can float. I can actually get on my feet and float around the ring. I worked on my Muhammad. Me and Aaron definitely worked on our Muhammad. Nigga, I'm slick. I'm slicker than black ice, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, when I was an amateur, my amateur coach Omar Daoud, when I used to be sparring Lamont, he used to always be like, "Oh my God." He used to be like, "Oh snap, you doing that Pernell Whitaker role?" And I used to be like, I watched Pernell, but I was new to boxing, so I wasn't studying it the same. But I had watched Pernell, but I didn't see those tendencies in Pernell. And it was a thing where somebody will throw a hook and I'll roll it, and then they'll throw a right hand and I'll roll it again, just like this, kind of in the shell. So they'll throw it and I'll be like roll, roll, and then I'll be rolling backwards. And then he'd be like, "Oh my God, you be doing that Pernell double roll." And I used to be like, what is he talking about? And then as I got older in boxing, I started noticing he talking about how when you kind of be in the shell, because George Benton taught Pernell Whitaker, and you just be like, you double roll. You could roll the straight shot, roll right up under it. What do you mean I need to get back into boxing? I got amateur fighters, bro. I never left. I got pro fighters I coach, professional fighters that were in camp with Jaime Munguia. What are you talking about? I have an amateur fighter getting ready to get an amateur sometime at the end of August. He's taking boxing serious. He wants to be a professional in the long run. I said, hey, bro, you 21, 20. You got a good 10 year, you 30, 4, 5. Good a good 15 year, 16 year plan in, bro. get a good get a good plan in. He was like, man, I'm taking it serious. He already vegan. He didn't already lost 30. He already lost 30 pounds. He gonna get down. Then listen, he was asking what weight he would fight at in the pro level. I said 68. He was in his mind thinking like, how am I gonna get down to six? I told him, listen, a vegan diet, bro. No, I ain't no more boxing nobody. I'm done. My eyes are not allowing me to box anymore. Who I got this weekend? Um, That's what I actually was on here to talk about because that's gonna be a good scrap this weekend. Salute to soulmate. Pause. No, blood, ain't no boxing no more. It's like you know I'm blind in my left eye, and you just keep talking. Like it's you know that. Oh man, every day the delusion continues. No, layoff is not gonna affect Tank. You know why? Cause his diet is good. He's been on weight. He don't have to get in shape. He's fighting a left-hander, and he can box regular. That's what I'm saying. Frank is somebody said this, and I will have to majority agree. Frank is gonna have to come to Tank. Well, he wouldn't if he really know how to box. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Frank is a southpaw, so they both gonna be boxing regular, but Frank is a taller than Tank. He got some decent size. Pause. You gotta tell your hey Aaron.
What?
You gotta tell your dad get some mushrooms, a bell pepper, and onion, and I'll make it. Or I give him my card and he can go to the store.
Oh, my dad go to the store?
Yeah, cause I gotta take some more stuff out the whippet peel. Yeah, Frank is a southpaw, so it's gonna be an interesting fight because the southpawness.
My dad probably not gonna go to the store because he don't want that. I don't know if he wants that. So.
Or we'll figure it out. Frank is a southpaw, so it's gonna make for a good fight because it's gonna be right. It's like a right-hander versus right-hander, you know. So it's gonna make it a good John. Frank is a strong dude, man. Young Measy said Frank is a strong dude. If he take Tank Power in the early rounds, he has a chance. That's something that is not gonna happen at 35. If you at 35, you ain't taking Tank's power. Isn't that it? It's not the thing. It's not a thing. At 35, his punching power is crazy. Bananas. Bananas. Say it with me. Bananas. It's bananas. Like I said, Frank do got some size on him. Pause. He is left-handed. He can box. Try to keep Cuz back with the jab and some Andre Ward type tactics using the front hand to control the head, left or right, pause, blind the opponent on top of the jab, hooking, flicking, sticking, feinting, and hooking and upping. All of that. So it really depends. I don't believe on this channel. Do you believe this will be Tank's hardest opponent to date? I think black athletic fighters give Tank the hardest work. You think that or you know that? Because they seem to give everybody the hardest work except for other black athletic fighters. Come on, man. We could just look at it. You should know that. I don't think and believe on here. Maybe you should. Y'all gotta get that together. But then again, it could still be an easy fight because when you give Tank the time to think, he could set traps. He could set traps, dog. Milo TV says Benavidez needs to be careful. Vazdik might bust his pack. What percentage do you give Vazdik to bust Benavidez's Pacquiantes? What percentage out of 100? 60-40, 55-45. What if Tank got good head movement? You give Vazic a 35% chance? Well then that's not a big chance. How he gonna get his pack busted with 35% chance? One. Somebody help me. How does he get a 35% chance if he might bust his pack? That sounds like more like a 50-50. You know, you might be able to get your pack busted, but only had 35% to do it. That's no. Just to think if somebody was shooting 65% from the field. Think about that. Just to think if somebody was shooting 65% from the field, from 3-point land. It's crazy. So no, he's he's favored, but it could be a potential banana skin. Wait, what? A potential banana skin. What is that? Does that sound like it need a pause? That sound like it might need a pause. Hey, hit that cashiapiante. Hit that cashiapiante. I don't do Vosdick be busting packs or is he a great boxer? Do Vosdick be busting packs or is he a great boxer? I bought these bananas, but they super green out here. Hey, good looking blood. Um, hit the cash app. My man Aaron in here hooking it up so I can cook something later. Hooking it up. I appreciate that, blood. I even wash some of my dishes out when I'm done cooking on that.
You said leave those ones, right?
Well, yeah, I do that. It gives more eyes to who Frank is. It said, Young Meezy said, what does it do for boxing's landscape if Frank pulls an upset and defeats Tank? It just shows you that, you know, anything can happen when you put in hard work. That's all it is when you putting in real work, bro. Anything is possible. But you have to be putting in the work, though. You can't be BSing out there. You have to be putting in some type of work. You have to be. It's mandatory. You have to have something to show and prove to self by putting in the work. It helps you get to another spiritual level in a certain sense. hmm Listen, it's a hard fight. It's a hard fight to pull. Listen, it's a hard one. Pause. Definitely pause. Because Tank is pretty sharp. He's dumb sharp, dog. He gonna have some decent problems though. It's gonna be a good learning tool.
That's hard.
Not really, blood. I'm just chilling. It feel good to me. Pause. Yeah, what does it do? You know, it really does just add like, more legacy and period to boxing because, somebody else will be there and Tank can do it, it really don't make no difference who wins. Now Frank could be Heems. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll go a rematch. You know, it definitely would change the landscape. Listen, I really think no, no, I know. I got to look at Frank's knockout ratio, but man, at 135, Tank is a puncher. Puncher. Yeah, speed, decent defense, good fundamentals, good IQ. It's gonna be some work. Frank got decent power, keep you back, drop you, good head movement, IQ. I done seen him tie up the jab hand. Like it's gonna be some work, cause ooh, Milo TV said there's a rematch if Frank wins. Frank has to beat him twice. That's what I'm saying. That's not a thing. I'm sorry, buddy. That is not it. Frank is not beating him twice. Pause. Pause. He just not. He not gonna be able to do it. If he did, he is extra Heems. extra hemathy, hemathy 2.7, because you don't. That's something that you really doing something. You do that. You really doing it. Pause. You beating twice. You are hems. You are hem because you really gotta be do what you gotta really know what you're doing to beat Tank because any one of them shots can have you on Willie Street and the fight'll be over so quick because he really knocks people out. This is not like Sabril Matisse where they just be um hurt. I mean they just don't get up from the stool. No, this is you drunk. You drunk in there and you hurt. So you know what I'm saying? So you gotta really know like the difference in power and nutrition. Tank hit you, bro. You're going to sleep. Tank hit you. It's time to go to bed. So that's why you gotta be careful. Can't be in there just playing. And to get in there twice and think you gonna play? Oh no, buddy. That's something you don't want to do. You do not want to do that. I would like to tell you that that is something you shouldn't do. And it just makes that's a hard fight to have to do that twice. That makes things very difficult. I mean, other people have gotten like rematches and stuff like that, like over the years. But Tank, listen, you know what it would do? It'll be on some Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury because people really don't be coming back from Tank. And now that boogeyman power is not him. But that's the difference between Deontay and Tank is Tank has extreme skills. Tank has extreme skills, accuracy, speed, coordination, defense. These things matter. If they told you they didn't, they lied to you. They really lied. That's just crazy that they would lie like that. But yeah, they did it. You gotta have those things. Those things are important. Very important. Things are very important. Keep your head from getting knocked off. You know what I'm saying? It is, and another thing too. You gotta make sure Frank. I would need to see Frank's defense is against that type of speed. Everybody got defense until you in there with that type of speed. That speed will make you thinking you gotta react quicker than you do. But it depends on how. Frank fights because if Frank elects to keep his hands at home good, then he could neutralize a lot of those things. You know what I'm saying? If he chooses to keep his hands at home good and properly and don't get beside himself and be trying to get cute in there. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be trying to get cute. And that's how you go home, pack out in the open. So you don't want to be out there with your pack out in the open. It's not a thing. That's why I be saying you gotta be careful. Yeah, Tank got some wake up TV. Said Tank gonna hit him with the Himothy. Ty said Himothy. Young Measy said honestly it does more for the sport of boxing if Frank wins, but full credit to Tank if he remains undefeated come the fight night. Tank seems a bit nervous. What make you say that, Ken Kanichi? It says Wake Up TV. Tank gonna hit him with that garlic schmidt Pierce. Hey, listen, I want to see. I want to see the scrap. I wouldn't mind sitting down watching them. It really depends. I would like to see how Tank and Frank deal with each other's speed and athleticism and counterpunching ability. Cause they both, even though Tank is the money man, Frank has a lot of good attributes to make it like a tough fight to give Tank some of them problems. That's another, Frank do got good attributes and great fundamentals. And fundamentals gives anybody a problem. Yeah, fundamentals will give anybody a problem because you're not breaking your posture in certain position and when you boxing, so you're always gonna be defensively responsible. It's a fact. So have when you be teaching this stuff to people who don't know nothing about it, you have to have things that you use in regular everyday speech, like responsible, defensively responsible. Yeah, Tank gotta take his time because it's not a lot of people for him to beat. It is, but it ain't. He could bust Devin's pack, but that's dead. We already know that's dead. You heard what Tank said. He just like to rush you. So that means that's dead. 8 ounces. Mm-mm. Tank and T.O. Tank and Ryan the second one. Even though I know it's gonna end up. Who else? I mean, everybody else kind of young. A lot of people young. A lot of these folks is young. Yeah, like no, Frank ain't all hype. Frank got some skills. I watch Frank. Frank got some skills. Chris Colbert, he wasn't sweet like that. Like you could see he wasn't sweet like that. I was confused why everybody was listen. You gotta color your hair, bro. Like what are you doing? It doesn't take all of that. It doesn't take it. I know for a fact. Frank ain't out here coloring his hair. Like anytime you need a gimmick like that, bro, just go in there and work. Chris Colbert was all in the mouth, getting his pack busted everywhere. Him and Devin would be a good fight. Chris Colbert and Devin, that'll be a good scrap. You know, Frank being there working. Frank being there working. See, after listen, if Frank loses, then where does he go? Listen, how much is Frank getting paid for this tank scrap? How much is Frank getting paid for this tank scrap? 'Cause that listen, that is some work. That payment, what is Frank getting paid for this? Think about that. Think about how Frank getting a check. Yeah, after this fight, he in another tax bracket. He probably gonna get some work with Shakur next. He probably gonna get some work with Shakur next. That'll be some good work too. Frank and Shakur off some rest after the tank fight. Who Shakur going? Shakur got to get in there and get some work. Love, you just took a shower. It is hot. Yeah, that's why I be chilling. Yeah, Frank about to get to work with Tank. I wonder what Shakur. Who Shakur gonna get work with? You know what? At this time, Shakur just gotta stay busy because if you even mention his name, he on your back. wear scrap in the public. There you go, fly. Yeah, so you can't even. You gotta chill off Shakur because he coming. If you mention his name, he getting work with you. On trust he is. So they definitely ain't gonna say nothing to Shakur. Yeah, that's after Frank. If he whether win or lose, if he win, then he the man. And then if he lose, he's still a man that lost to Tank. He younger than Tank. He could definitely bounce back. Yeah, because you gotta think of the order of operations. It's like when Canelo got in there with Floyd, then Jaime Munguia got in there with Canelo. Look, Mario Barrio's still out here busting people's packs, and Eastside Cruz is. Sometimes, sometimes you gotta go get that lesson of the guard, and you a certified Pacquiante Bustariante, which is a certified pack buster because you learned. Not everybody learned from being undefeated and not fighting. Some people learn from their loss so they can never, feel that or wanna logically, all of that to a loss. So they basically, I mean, just think about it. Losing gotta be. It's this is the thing. I've lost a hoop before, but losing in boxing can be a percentage of a chance where you got your pack busted. That's why I used to just be working so hard at the craft. It's important. So depending on how Tank or Frank is in that ring, it really depends on just several factors outside of Tank's career. Cause Frank win takes his career to the next level. He lose, he already on the next level fighting Javante right now. And then he can learn his lessons and come back and bust packs. So you really just got to take your time. It'll all come together. I hit that cash happy. And we about to chill. We about to make something to eat. We gotta eat. But it really depends though. But listen, I'll tell you one thing: you don't have a 93% knockout ratio and not be able to stop Frank. That's not a thing. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta be honest with Heems. Heems gotta be honest. That's all. Once Heems is honest, then we good. And Heems is Gervonta Africanus. Gervonta Africanus. Gervonta Africanus, my G. You heard it here first. It's a real thing. That Gervonta Africanus, the gorilla, the big ape, pause. That man can punch. And not only can he punch, brother, his skill set is actually how he line you up for the shot. Really get you out of there, buddy. It's not to even be tested and played with, let alone to be doing it twice. That's why it's a good fight though, because Gervonta is gonna have to be, you know, working and doing different things because Frank is prepared to be busy. Frank is gonna be doing his busy thing. He's gonna be throwing jabs, boxing. So that's why you gotta be in there playing. You have to be really on your Jones. The fight can go all different type of ways, but there's a 93% chance it can also end in a knockout. You gotta take Frank's knockout ratio because into account also. But from what we're witnessing, it can be it can be a problem. Definitely could be a problemo. Definitely could be a problemo. Definite. Mm. It definitely could be a problem if because Tank ain't slow. He's not none of that. He's actually a good. And then listen, he been in shape for a little minute. So who knows what he in the gym looking like? You know what I'm saying? So he could be in the gym looking crazy. But so could Frank though. So you know what I mean? You just gotta wait and see what their open workouts look like. What their open workouts look like. How was they? What their open workouts look like. What they open? Did anybody see their open workouts? I want to see it. I want to see it because it's gonna be some work. They have rivals. Devontae Davis versus Frank Martin, full grand arrival. They arriving. The groupies is in the building. Listen, they in there. They trying to see that Devontae work. Well, boxing, I could say it's groupies, but then again, it's like, are they really? Because due to the fact how you get your pack busted, you know what I'm saying? 78% of people saying Tank gonna win. Somebody said Morel knocks out Bevo, don't at me. He went straight in. Don't at me. Do not at him. Hold on, let's see. Look, he said don't at him. Dude to get his Pacquiao knocked off. Oh, I see Wreak Havoc. He in here. Wreak Havoc is in the fight hub. Everybody just walking around and talking. Kick Summer off 2 months. Yeah, they got it on Showtime. They arrivals in the building. The arrivals in there. We sharing the live in there. Somebody said Shakur was smoke Tank, but Frank gonna smoke him Saturday. Ah, yeah, she said you never seen Shakur do nothing spectacular. Listen, it's gonna be some work. Everybody's gonna be working. It's gonna be some work. Mm. They on that Fire Hub John. They on Fire Hub TV. I was just taking a look at it real quick. Quiz said just said was good with Troy though. Boom, there he goes. Missed the live blood, but already know my bad, Hamza. No, you good, champ. We just in here chopping it. We were just looking at Fight Hub TV and looking at the grand rivals of Tank and Frank and them cooking something to eat. No, we were just talking about the live, for real. Talking about the Tank and the Frank live, John, breaking down what they possess. Frank's still young, so he definitely can do other things. Just gonna catapult him. I mean, win, lose, or draw, he's getting more recognition by being in front of Tank and everybody know. And Tank better be on his A game, bringing up that female. Frank got that look like he not playing. Yeah, listen, you can have all the looks you want. Be ready to answer the punching. I don't care if you're smiling, looking mean. Slip the punches for packs busted. That's it. It's just that's what's gonna have to happen this weekend. Some technical boxing. There's no technical boxing going on, buddy. Then Frank will be going to bed because fundamentals is the name of him. Fundamentals is the name. Fundamentals is it. You gotta have them. You gotta have those fundies. If you ain't got them fundies, you seen what happened to AB. Was looking crazy. Bad fundamentals every time. You cannot survive with bad fundamentals. You're gonna look crazy in there. You're gonna look plumb crazy. You gotta have good fundies. You gotta have good fundies, dog. If you don't have good fundies, it's not gonna work out to your benefit. And C Quiz said, Frank facts, Tank gonna light you up on the center line and he'll time you eventually like Ryan if you telegraphing. Yeah, if you keep showing a tendency to do the same thing over and over again, he is going to slide you. He's going to slide you. Hey, Aaron, nigga, that nigga Akai is chilling. Yeah, you gotta be moving your head constantly. Fighting Tank exudes a lot of energy. You gotta be paying attention to what you're doing because if you're not, any one of them shots can hurt you. We've seen it over and over again. Anyone can hurt you, so we might as well not even play with it. They can all hurt you, so you gotta be careful. You got to. So Frank is gonna have to be careful on top of being active, and that's just hard to. That's it is well, I can't say it's actually gonna be hard because if he plays his cards correctly, it could be very easy for him if he know how to work the jab or work off the jab, like be check hooking anytime Tank try to come in. But still gotta be careful throwing the check hook because he can get hit with a hook and he also can get hit with a left throwing a hook. So you gotta be really careful pretty much with almost anything, everything you do, due to the fact that Javante is a sharp puncher, sharp counter puncher, and all of that. So you got to be very careful. You got to. It's Mando. It's Mando. You got to be dumb careful in there with dude. You got to. They just signed Avanesian versus Boots too. And I forgot Avanesian busted Josh Kelly pack. That's gonna be good. It's gonna be decent. Boots gonna have some little work, but Boots do know how to box on the amateur level. So if all else fails, Evanesian he gon' he gonna have to come forward because Boots taller than him. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be that's a hard fight for Evanesian. Evanesian. It's a hard fight for him for the fact that He's short and he got to be in that punching range. Even though Bub is a harder puncher than Boots, Boots could still hurt you taking too many clean punches. But it's gonna be a decent little fight. It's gonna be a decent little scrap. It's gonna be a decent one. It's gonna be crazy. Who y'all got? I want to see Boots fight somebody else. I want to see him fight Jamal James. I want to see it. I want to see it. I need to see it. Hey, Terrence Crawford about to bust dude's pack and go on about his business. He don't want that work. He ain't trying to have Virgil Ortiz bust his pack. He don't want that. He don't want that. They might be scared of each other. But no, Virgil Ortiz, well, no, because he was about to fight Tim Zoo, so we know he want the work. He was about to get that Tim Zoo work, that Zuzi bar work, that Tim Zoozies. Tim Zoo is some live action. And anytime you in there trying to deal with him, you're a live action. Tim Zoo got some good little work. I wonder who Cuz gonna fight now. Yeah, Boots could have been for dude. He ain't trying to really get in there with dude. Everybody be really thinking Cuz the truth like that. He ain't the truth like that to me. That's just me. Just doesn't possess the fundamental skills that I like to see in these fighters today. He doesn't possess them. It's sad. Cause Bud about to be 3 times undisputed. And Boots is reluctant to come up in that class to even test the waters. Roger Ortiz liable to get to work with Bud before Boots. Cause Boots don't want to come up to 54 for real and test that chin. He ain't gonna fool me. Know them tricks. He alright, but he ain't sweet like that. And when you keep asking for bug, you can get your neck snapped. It's not. That's not a good fight for you. It's not a good fight. Why? Cause boxing coming forward, I'm starting to realize. Well, I already knew this, but it's hard for black fighters. They want to be on the back foot all day. They literally do. All day back foot boxing. That's what they want. That's what they want to do, dog. I wish I could make it up, but I can't. So you guys can be mad, but that's why everybody like Errol Spence, cause he was a come forward fighter and a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, those tactics, you gotta have tactics. You gotta have tactics. You gotta have lyrical tactics in there like that. You gotta have it. The reason why is when you get when you get tired in there with another elite athlete, which everybody does, it's okay. You gotta know how to get use your second and third wins. You want to be able to use your tactics so you can be able to use your second and third win to be able to neutralize your opponent instead of looking gassed out. See what I'm saying? But if you have no defensive abilities, so that way, and it's like certain little tactics, how to tie a guy up, how to take him for a walk, how to really just know how to catch punches and be relaxed, how to catch punches and be relaxed. It's not as easy as you think. Tank really be throwing punches. So you gotta think, you gotta be relaxed, and one of these can get you up out of here. And listen, if it's gonna stretch you, it's gonna stretch you. So ain't no use to not being relaxed. If it's gonna stretch you, it's gonna stretch you. It's what's in the cards is in the cards. But you gotta be able to relax, even in that little midst. Because the moment you tense up the wrong way, those punches are not coming lightly. They're not coming lightly. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful. Oh, that's hot. You gotta be careful. Take your opponent for a walk. Yeah, you got to. Bruh said, why Tank ain't show up to the Las Vegas Grand Arrival? This boy is moving different this fight. Yeah, he probably not playing games, bruh. It says, Sequid says, facts in the 90s, we had all types of styles. Now it's starting to, dwindled down into more pot pot shotting. This why Floyd goaded. He could come forward and box backwards, maintain defense and consistent offense. Yeah, facts. That's why he was Floyd Heems. That's why he was Floyd Heems. Because he can do Floyd Hemathies. That's why he was Floyd Heems. That's why he was Floyd Heems. He knew exactly what to do and the timing for it. And if you got off, you better have stopped him because you might not get another shot. You might not get another shot. You might not get another one. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be very careful in there. You can get your Pacquiao slid. Pause. Floyd could walk you, trap you, set you up, and counter you. He had a bulletproof style. Just realized only person who ever had a chance to become someone stronger with the same defense and IQ, but not in his life. No, it's like it's certain people. Well, yeah, it's hard to have Floyd's IQ because there's so much boxing knowledge trapped up because all everybody in his family boxed. That automatically makes it different. You know, multiple family members, different. Even his uncles box different. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was him though, and now Gervonta is him. Frank got to pull what Floyd did versus Cotto and bring the dog out for this one. Yeah, unfortunately, that can get him stopped. That can get him stopped. Like he has to box a very smart fight. Cannot be playing. He cannot be playing. Like you gotta be careful. Ty said messing with their perception. You gotta be careful. Yeah, Ty said. Yeah, Andre Bertos was saying Floyd be tricky. deceptive with the ranges. He do. He master range. What you looking at, bud? You not tough. He be knowing them. Floyd be knowing them ranges, and then when he find the range that you know you can't punch at, he don't constantly come in and out of that range. And that's why people be having a hard time. Tank only puncher out of about billion. You right, garlic butter will be coming Mando if Frank don't catch and roll them shots. Tank got fastballs. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you literally have to be calm and have your hands open. You gotta have your hands open when you catching them punches. If not, you will be asleep. You will be asleep. You gotta open a hand up in the glove. You gotta open the hand up. Listen, you don't open that hand up, it could be detrimental to you. It could be detrimental. So you definitely gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful, cause dude really know what he doing. See, Quiz said, and I seen Tank brace and get in the blender to crack Ryan. He was timing it like Garcia did. Con Frank better stay out of the paint and keep. He gotta use the feints. You gotta use a lot of feints on power punchers. On power punchers, you gotta use feints because they keep them off balance. They always looking for that shot. You definitely gotta be careful. You can punch. Everybody think you just getting in there when them shots will nick you. They gonna hurt you. It says Ward kept punchers guessing up and down all fight. King, whoops. And King never let set up the garlic. He had Sergey falling all over his punches. And Andre Ward really sauce you up. He had tactics because he Ward know how to use his jab. and not just to land it to keep you at bay. You couldn't do nothing. And he be busy. Dre be busy in there. Dre used to be doing them 5 minuters. He'll make a mistake and stop you. It might not be his intention, but you can be potentially get stopped. See what I'm saying? And I noticed that with Tank because of his power. Any one of them shots. Now you seeing birds. You seeing them Tweety birds. You seeing them. Yeah, Dre know how to. Yeah, I think when you seen all them guys in the amateurs, Moore had a nasty jab. Moore had a nasty jab with a body and head hook mix. And when you got power, and he makes hard dude to beat up, especially on the inside. Yeah, and we know what you're saying. You definitely do. See what I'm saying? Frank has to have those things. Them ain't just Andre Ward fundamentals. See what I'm saying? Them ain't just Andre Ward fundies. Them is everybody should have fundies. I thought you weren't vegan. Them is vegan. You a liar. Them is vegan, blood. They vegan. Why you eating them then? No, cause you a liar. You know you vegan. You know you vegan. Akai be lying about being vegan, y'all. He be lying about it right to my face. He be lying. It's sad. It's sad if you ask me. It's sad. War had. Oh yeah, we already read that. Yeah, that's that Dre War work. He had that work. But yeah, that's it for today. Listen, you gotta. We're gonna be going live again this week, and be talking about more of the Frank situation and Tank, because there's gonna be some work. Who you got, Frank or Tank? Why?
Just a better boxer.
Why?
Wow, why are you questioning?
The chat want to know.
Because he know how to fight, and then FrankMartin from the suburbs.
What? What that got to do with skill?
Cause it got to do everything.
What it got to do with blood? Why?
Like you said, like you from Toledo, Ohio, cause they got the best boxers. I don't care. Then what that got to do with skill? Same as you asking me that.
I never said Toledo had the best boxers. I said Ohio got the best boxers because the best amateurs because they got skills.
So I'm saying that, but that got to.
They skills make them the best.
Ohio, they don't come out good like that sometimes.
No, they do. That's why they had an Olympian every year since 1992, like Tiger Johnson. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
That one don't come out like that.
All right. All right.
That one end up like AB, so stop talking.
All right. All right. AB was a four-time world champion.
Look at him now.
Oh, okay.
Look at him now.
All right.
Look at him now.
Don't matter.
Yeah. I actually like the AB.
Yeah, Frank is taller than Tank. Listen, he better know how to box. Cause if Frank get to getting silly in there, he could be having a spilliante of blood. It's not a joke like that. It's Tank. He got a sharp jab and good head movement. He could catch punches. He's a good counter puncher. Those are skills. Something you don't know. Something you do not know. Something you don't know. You don't know it. No, you're not. You be getting stopped. I'm full because I ate you up yesterday. Pause. In the living room when we put on the gloves, I smoked you, so I'm kind of full off of that win. I'm kind of full off of that win, bro. How you feel about that? I stopped you.
I was catching all those punches. You did not.
No, you wasn't catching nothing. You was in the corner. The referee would have said, "We need to see something." You wouldn't have did nothing. The referee would have been waving it off. You know why? Cause I spared you. I spared you. You lucky they wasn't 8 ounces. I don't eat yogurt.
Did you do?
I don't know. Y'all ate them all. That's all y'all do is eat junk all day.
But JJ, you ate all the yogurt. Now we gonna have none.
No, he didn't, cause he don't live here.
When he was eating them.
No, y'all was eating them all every day.
Only had two. Every day I had them. What'd you say?
They trying to blame everybody for eating up his stuff, and he be here every day eating it up.
How you always come to my house and always eat my stuff? But you ate all of them. No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. Cause y'all been eating them yogurts every day, man. It's trash.
There's still some in there. You're not looking hard enough.
I think Tank gets a decision. Upset will be hard if he ain't boxing him. He looks like he can survive 12, but Tank got garlic. So any rounds could be his leg. That's what I'm saying. Look at him. Look at him. Just running his mouth. That's all he do. All you do is talk. Man, I'll stop you. Shut up. You were just in crying over a yogurt and it was in there. Man, you was crying. I seen you. A tear came out your eye. I seen it. You was snitching. You ate all the yogurts. You ate them. You ate them. But then be going to everybody else house eating up their food. Man, this shiesty people like you shiesty, okay? Why you acting like that, blood? Why you so shiesty? Yeah, dog. We're about to end this and get up out of here. Listen, y'all have a good day. I'm in Hotep. We're in the season of Heru. God, you have the power but not the right to ignore God's law. Choose to follow God's law out of the love and the joy that grows out of your understanding, and the power of God's Spirit will flow through your being. That's what you should do because it's very important. Heru season. Put in yourself. One yourself.